Hi there, I'm Nancy Nash with Starfish Strength, and today I want to give you a quick kick but no repeat ab workout. Today we're going to go through 5 great exercises you can do with just your body weight, a mat, and enough space to make a snow angel when you're laying down. So grab your water and let's get started. So we're going to start out with everybody's favorite, the sit-up. So I'm actually going to start in a seated position, and you can either cross your arms, so you've got your hand on the opposite shoulder, or you could place your hands behind your head. Either way, I want to look up towards the ceiling and keeping my gaze there, use my abs to control that lower down. That's actually harder than the sit-up. So I can either just draw my abs in and suddenly sit up using my legs to help power me, or I can actually reach my arms overhead and use some momentum to help guide me up. And if neither of those is a possibility right now, grab your knees and think like you're on a swing set and push your heels to pump your legs. And these don't all have to be the same. So use whichever method works best for you. If I move my heels closer to my hips, it will become a little bit more difficult. And then if I move my heels a little further away from my hips, this will become easier. So as you progress over time, you can make this more challenging just with your body weight. Nice work. Let's try 1 or 2 more. Really good ones. Nice job. Next, we're going to do a side plank with a reach through or a reach under. So as much as I can, I'm going to line up my knees, hips, and shoulders. I'm going to draw my belly button in, and I'm on my knees right now. I'm going to push to the knee and the forearm, pulling my shoulder blade down and thinking about kind of cinching that area between the hip and the elbow so I can really feel that tension. And then I'm going to turn and reach underneath my body and reach back up towards the ceiling. If it's too much to do the rotation and your hips are dropping, you could always just hold inside plank for 30 seconds. That's totally fine too. So you're going to feel this mightily in the obliques. You're also going to feel it in the glutes and in the legs and in the shoulders and in the back. This is really a whole body exercise. Nice job. Feel free to take more breaks if you need to. And if you feel like you're ready for it, you could try some of these on your feet. So we want to think about the same stacking. I'm going to bring my ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders in alignment. Pull that shoulder down, draw the belly in, squeeze the glutes, and then push up. And then if I feel like I can do it, then I'm going to do that rotation, reaching up towards the ceiling, and then reaching underneath my body. Try 1 more with the best form you've got. Great job. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So lining up on my second side, I'm going to line up the knees, hips, and shoulder to the best of my ability. Try to stack my shoulders, draw my belly in, squeeze the glutes, and then push up. Remember, cinching that entire side wall of the abs, and then turning, reaching through, bringing in that thoracic rotation, that balance challenge, and reaching back up towards the ceiling, feeling that stretch across the chest. So if you're ready for it, go ahead and push to your feet. And remember, you could just try a couple on your feet and then come back down to the knee. They don't all have to be the same. We are not a perfectly symmetrical set. So this might feel really easy on one side and really hard on the other. Just give this your best and we'll slowly work towards equilibrium, and you'll feel strong doing this on your feet in no time. So give yourself 1 or 2 more rotations or hold for a couple last seconds and then slowly let yourself descend the hip. Nice work. That's a toughie. So please feel free to grab some water as frequently as you need to. Our next exercise is a boat to a canoe. So I'm going to start by sitting up with my feet in front of me. I'm going to draw my belly in and pick up my heels if I feel like it's possible. So I'm still holding on to my shins, and then slowly I'm going to let go of my shins and put my arms out to the side. So I'm gonna press through my heels and let my body descend towards the floor, and then draw my knees towards my chest using the abs. This is really, really tough. So if you want to, you could just do this on one side at a time. There's no shame in starting it that way. Eventually you'll get to the 2-leg version, and these might be really small in the beginning. Remember to keep your eyes looking up towards the ceiling, keeping your shoulders back, so you're keeping the stress on the abs and not on the neck. You should also feel mighty burn in the front of your thighs and your hips, the hip flexors. This is a great exercise for toning the legs and the hips as well as the abs. So again, do the best you can. You could do a couple on one leg, a couple on the other leg, and then try a couple full ones. And if you stick with this as a regular part of your routine, eventually you'll feel confident descending to the floor and crunching back up, really using your core. I'm grabbing some more water, so if you need some, please let yourself do the same. Next, we're gonna do a plank with side toe taps. So coming into my plank position, I'm gonna do this on the forearms first. I'm gonna center my sternum in the middle of my forearm so I don't have my shoulders extended. I don't feel this in my neck, and it will make it a little bit easier to crunch the elbows towards my hips, really thinking about like inchworming the core. And then I'm going to push up to my toes. So I want to squeeze my glutes, and then I'm going to start tapping my feet out to the sides. Now this is where this gets really tricky. I'm going to try to keep my hips level. I don't want to let one of them sag or fall. So if you do feel like that's happening, come back to center. Try to find that equal engagement left to right, and maybe make your taps smaller, because this is kind of like doing a jumping jack on the floor in slow motion. We're doing it for overall strength and muscular endurance. You should feel this in your glutes. You should feel it in your lower abs. You should feel it in the middle of your back, and you're definitely going to feel your upper body supporting you. You always have the option to do this on your hands. So if I'm doing it on my hands, then I'm going to center my sternum kind of right between my thumbs. Make sure I've got my shoulders pulled down. I'm still thinking about pulling the elbows towards the hips with just a slight bend in the elbows as I draw the belly in, squeeze the glutes, and do those taps to the side. I'm going to try to make them as even in length as possible. I'm going to try to keep my feet straight. If I start pointing my foot out to the side, that's really going to change my muscle engagement. It's actually going to make the outside of my hips tighter. Most of us struggle with that problem. So try as much as you can to keep your feet straight. And if your hips feel a little bit tight, just make those steps out to the side smaller right now. Over time, as your glutes and lower abs get stronger, you'll find that you can expand this range of motion. You can pick up the pace a little bit, and then let yourself come down to the knees into a child's pose at any time that this feels like too much. You're doing a great job. Try 1 or 2 more taps on each side. Awesome work. We've just got one more exercise. Last, we're going to do a personal favorite of mine, the Starfish Sit-Ups. So I'm going to lay all the way down onto my back and bring myself kind of into a human X position or a star position. And then I'm going to draw my belly in as I reach my heel and my fingertips up towards the ceiling, control the descent back down, and then switch sides. Now this is a toughie, and we definitely don't want to put undue stress on your lower back. So if it is feeling stressed, feel free to bend one of your knees and put that foot on the floor to support yourself while you do this on the other side. You can do all your reps on one side and then go ahead and switch sides. And over time, you'll find that you develop the strength to do it alternating. And the reason I'm saying push your heel and your fingertips towards the ceiling is that oftentimes people start doing this like a crunch. And crunches are usually a neck abuser more than they are an ab exercise. So I'm going to encourage you to leave your head on the floor and really think about using your abdominal wall, the front of your thighs, the quads, and your hip flexors, the front and back side inside of your hips to drive this exercise. And again, if you're finding that this is a little bit tricky for your lower back, go ahead and let yourself rest after a couple reps. Give yourself a gentle stretch. So I'm going to drop the knees to one side, come back to center, drop the knees to the other side, and then come back into it. You can build this a couple reps at a time. I did not do a million zillion of these overnight. That's not realistic. Aim for 2 really good ones on each side. Take a break and then let yourself try it again. So I have pretty heavy legs proportionally. This is a tough exercise for me. Also, the longer your limbs are, the more difficult this exercise will be. So cut yourself some slack, do what you can, and then come back next time and add a couple more reps in. Awesome work. You made it through this entire workout. If you need more, go ahead and rewind. But if you're feeling like you got a great ab workout, mission accomplished. Thanks so much for making time to work out with me today. If you're looking for more workouts, exercises, healthy recipes, or other lifestyle tips to help you stay on track with your wellness goals, please check out the rest of my YouTube channel. And if you need some more personalized support putting together your exercise and nutrition program, please reach out to me in the link in the description. In the meantime, I look forward to continuing this fitness journey with you, and I'll see you in the next video.